Yeah. Check in with Ebony, Cancer sign her astrology. Time to vibe and connect through conversation and poetry. Speaking of all things, no topic is off the table. Giving hope, spreading love, channel the vibrations. Yeah, me, she, us, one and the same. Illuminating the dark, peace we will attain. Not a fantasy, elevating mentally.
Hey y'all, thank you for coming to check me out here at Ebony & Co. All things according to me, and this is Ebony. And today I want to come to talk to you all about Monique. She's the talk of the town at this point, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go on for weeks to come. And of course, by now you probably have already seen her on Club Shay Shay, and she's regurgitating a lot of the things she's been saying for over the past decade. And it's in regards to her grievances about everybody that has wronged her. It was 3 hours of her just repeating everything that she has said in regards to how she was treated and the unfair pay that she got or did not even receive in regards to the movie that she won her award for the 2009 Precious movie. Really good movie. It was a good movie that was really going to take her to the next level. And I think somewhere between there and now, somebody probably got a little chip on their shoulder. Things just changed. Monique was somebody that people wanted to see go to that next level. People was happy to see her thrive. But after watching the interview, and trust me, I watched the whole interview, and I took some notes. And it was nothing new that she disclosed that she did not already say. And I want to start by saying she has every right to feel how she feels when it comes to Oprah Winfrey in particular. I understand why she is mad and why she is upset and why she feels the way she does feel when it comes to Oprah. If someone went and talked to my family and, without my approval, especially when you thought that you all had some type of rapport with one another, far as respect, at least, that she would at least disclose all of that to her and let her know. But I think it's a little blurry line when it comes to that, because after reading a lot of articles, especially with Vanity Fair and other news outlets, that Monique went to and disclosed that, let's start with this one. Monique was someone who, unfortunately, she was sexually abused by her brother. And Oprah invited him to come onto the show. And he was going to be speaking from the perspective of saying how he was sorry and how other families can actually look out for predators like him, which I'm pretty sure a lot of families can resonate with that, just to get that insight. Because I feel like in our culture now, it's so easy to jump down people's throats and cut them off because of what they did. But sometimes it does help to listen, because it may give us some insight. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to sexual predators in their family. I can contest, but that's another day. But with that being said, he did go into Oprah. And according to what I read in Vanity Fair, based off what Monique had said, she said that Oprah called her, let her know that her brother would like to come on the show and disclose these things. And Monique made it very clear she did not want to have anything to do with that, but she was okay with Oprah doing it because it could help other people. But later on, as the show was about to air, Monique stated she started seeing previews and commercials leading up to the interview with all of her family. And that's what really ticked her off. And I get it. If you got bad blood and trauma with your family and you see them in a setting to have a platform, especially for Oprah, we know Oprah was the biggest platform anybody can have when it comes to that, especially getting exposure, good, bad, or indifferent. So I understand why she's ticked off. But fast forward, she said, although she tried to reach out to Oprah, Oprah would not, of course, return her calls. And I believe they end up meeting up at an award show. She actually sat next to Oprah and told Oprah, like, I don't know why you're avoiding me, but now that I have the opportunity to speak with you, why did you do that? Oprah explained to her that she did not know all of her family was coming. She said she invited her brother, and her brother showed up with the rest of the family. She did disclose to Monique, and this is what Monique said. She disclosed to Monique that if she did something that she didn't approve of, she's sorry. She apologized to her right then and there and stated that she would look further into it. At that very moment, Monique made it very clear she didn't believe her. She didn't believe her. And that was literally the beginning of the end of a lot of things in regards to Monique. I understand her wanting, she pretty much wants a public apology. If you watch Club Shay Shay, she keeps reiterating over and over when it comes to everyone that she has issues with, that she will continue to spill out her truth, others may say grievance, of all the people she has issues with until they give her the apology that she feels like she's entitled to. She feels that she deserves a public apology to clear her name. And also in regards to Tyler Perry, who character and behaviors have also came into question these days in the news, just another day, that he admitted on recording, which Shannon Sharp actually confirmed that he heard the recording, and he kind of wanted to like not confirm. He kind of wanted to steer away from answering the question as to what he heard on the recording, by deflecting and saying that she should have not been recording people, but alleged that Tyler Perry did confirm that he was apologetic and that, you know, he understands her grievance as well. But again, Monique is not going to be satisfied until everybody gives her what she wants. So far, Lee Daniels, I believe a year or two ago, he did give her the public apology in a grandiose way of what she wanted. I think when she had a show, he came to the show, gave her an apology, they hugged. Pretty much he gave her what she asked for. But it also makes me think about what his position is in Hollywood too, since he is also not producing or directing at the rate that he once was. And maybe he felt like he needed to reason with her because of his position that he's currently now in. But with that being said, since the interview came out, D.L. Hughley has also, you know, he was already on go and defense mode in regards to the things that she said related to his daughter and the trauma that she experienced and how he reacted. I mean, it was a number of things. Of course, he made a fat joke, which a lot of people harped on him about. And I'm just like, in the world of comedy, it's no reason to get that sensitive and be worked up about a fat joke, especially at the level that they're going at. The moment you talk about somebody's family in any kind of way, I mean, all reasonable actions go out the door. And, you know, like they say, a hit dog will holler or bite back. However approach you want to take, you cannot offend someone and tell them how they should react. All is fair, right? But with that being said, when you go down the line, also, Charlemagne has also came out and apologized on the Breakfast Club in regards to Monique. You know, he's all about promoting mental health. And I get it. Like, why can't we just reconcile? But I think the bigger issue of it all is, what is the end game when it comes to Monique? What does she feel like she deserves other than accountability, right? I feel like after 10 years or 10 plus, I believe we're going on 13, 14 years now, Oprah has not said a word. Tyler Perry has not said a word. Whoopi does not acknowledge it anymore at this point. I think Steve Harvey has let it go. Kevin Hart has not even acknowledged the allegation that she said against him on the Club Shay Shay. But it's like, after you go after all of that, whatever truth is in it, whatever it is, what is the end game? Because again, it all started with the pay disparity in regards to Black women and Black men actors not getting paid equal or better pay than their white counterparts. They are at a much lower rate or totem pole, which we all know it has been the same thing since the beginning of time in regards to Black actors not getting the fair treatment that they deserve. I feel like all of that got lost in the sauce. And if you was to Google anything related to Monique now, it has nothing to do with disparity. It has nothing to do with pay. I feel like we are so far removed from the topic at hand as to what's really the problem. And everybody's talking about Monique. Monique this, she has a problem with this. And I feel like it has all caused a shit show. It is literally messy at this point. You have a lot of people related to social media who are giving their 2 cents, and a lot of it's coming from an emotional standpoint and not just critical thinking. We know how rational people can be. And I feel like, again, Monique is actually right on some of the things that she did. But let's be honest, her reaction in a lot of ways, let's not forget, she did tell a lot of these people to suck her on her way out the door. She told them to suck her, you know what? So at the end of the day, the same industry that you feel like you are entitled to get the pay, which you are, but it's a way to handle everything. And I know a lot of people, call that, Uncle Tom and, play the game and all that. But is it not? Is it not? Are we not looking at the grand scheme of things? As much as we may want to question Tyler Perry in a lot of ways, but guess what Tyler Perry did? Tyler Perry found a niche in regards to the movies he put out, whether I like them or not. But he ended up creating what he has now. Well, guess what? Those same people at these studios and these executives who did not want to film his movies, now they got to come to him. And now he's booked. Now he has something that is not only just generational wealth, but it makes Black sense. I say Black sense in a way where eventually you have to move away from begging, crying, complaining, and have to just show up and do something about it. Tyler Perry showed up and did something about it. Hell, even Oprah, she created Harpo Studios. She produced her own. Somebody who did all of that, and she created her own. I am not going to take away that, Oprah, I read, Oprah done did some old a lot of shady shit. A lot of stuff that I don't agree with from a character standpoint, but a lot of the beef with her and Monique is all just, a lot of it just based off assumptions. And honestly, the fact that when I read that Oprah apologized and it wasn't enough to suffice because Monique did not think it was good enough, then what constitutes as good enough? Again, like I stated earlier, what is the end game? Because isn't this really all supposed to be about pay disparity? We now have, or been had, Viola Davis, who's been talking about, the pay disparity, and she's a great actress. Great. You know what I mean? And the same goes for Taraji P. Henson. Great. These are great actors. But I also question a lot of things at this point because I'm wondering as to why Black actors and actresses have not gotten together to make a committee, something of their own, where maybe you can stop going to these big studios and creating something of your own. I feel like Tyler Perry was actually the blueprint for a lot of things on how we can stop begging, these studios. We know a lot of it is rooted in racism, literally since the beginning of time when it came to anything related to cinema. Black people have always been at the disadvantage. It doesn't matter how much money these shows, the sitcoms, the movies generate money to these studios, they still run under the guise that Black people don't want to hear certain stories. We don't support movies, which is all a lie. Black people like myself, I love a good quality movie. You don't have to dumb us down and put us on this chitlin circuit or this Tubi effect as if we don't deserve good storytelling, good writing, good plots. It's all just a lie that a lot of these studios like to pretty much keep in their back pocket as an excuse as to why they cannot honor what is necessary when it comes to our Black actors and actresses. And I feel like to help really resolve this matter overall, it's going to take Black people. It's a Black issue at this point, and I feel like we have to go beyond bringing awareness. They know. We are way past, oh, the studios need to do this, they need to do that. No, they know. They know if they can't get a ball a day, they'll just get the next one because somebody is willing and will take the part at a lesser rate. And that's another thing. A lot of actors, the reason why I said we have to get together, so that way it helps in the long run. That way you're not taking roles out of desperations to pay your bills, to feed your family. I understand, like, yes, we all have a job to do, but at what point is a sacrifice really and truly made? When we think back to the civil rights time, it worked because everybody worked together. Whether there was boycotting the buses, it worked. It took money out of their mouths. The system itself, it worked because we all worked together. And I think that is the bigger picture when it comes to us as a race in any spaces that we occupy. If we don't do it together, we're going to continue to have these grievances and having these outbursts, that moves us nowhere. When you think about overall in regards to the Monique situation, the fact that she talked about this 12 to 14 years ago, and we are no closer to actors receiving, what they're owed, the fair share that they deserve. In regards to Taraji, she just recently spoke about the treatment and the pay on The Color Purple. Here we are, this was in 2023, now 2024. All of those years later, we're still talking about it. And I feel like that is really the root of it all. If we are not getting to the meat and potatoes of it all and just keep slinging mud and blaming people and trying to bully people into an apology, it gets nowhere. It gets nowhere. I do feel like all of our Black, brown brothers and sisters should get what they deserve. And I feel like that is where we should really stand on topic about and remain there. Let's stop getting so caught up in the mess. The mess. Like, it's messy. And we're losing sight of the reason why Monique started it in the first place. Also, I want to also acknowledge that, again, Monique has every right to feel how she feels. She deserves to feel that way. But I feel like my baby, as she continued to refer in the interview, is where do you stop? You know what I mean? Like, where do you stop? Like, how do we end this so it can get better? Because honestly, the apology that she believes she's gonna or deserves is not gonna happen. The back pay that she feel like Tyler Perry should, or whoever, Oprah maybe, should give her for what she feels like she lost, she's not going to get it. So what if it never happens? What if it never comes? Do you do another 10 to 15 years of the same thing? Nobody's saying stop telling the truth. But when is any type of action is going to fall into place to really fix the issue at hand? You get what I mean? Like, when is this actually going to be fixed? And I think that should be the goal for everyone at this point. It's not helping our community at all by going back and forth. It's not doing anything for anybody. Overall, I just want Monique to know that all of these interviews that she has with the people who have wronged her, I feel like these same platforms could have catapulted her into something much greater. Let's just go with the obvious. She has lost tremendous amount of weight. She could have written a book by now. She could have really got a self-help book, anything with weight loss, clothing. Like, she could have literally taken the time to build up her brand into something really beautiful. And yet she continued to regurgitate all of these things. And again, nobody's saying she's lying. But if she truly did the work when it comes to her traumas for her family, her kids, and just overall within her life with herself, if she truly did the work and worked on true forgiveness, forgiveness does not look like this. It does not look like this. If she truly got the help and actually is talking to someone now, if she's taking all of these things to make her health better, we would not continue to be talking about this. We would literally be talking about how she has overcame, how she has, really taken the time to pour into Monique and her brand. And that really could have looked beautiful for her. I think a lot of people would expect and want that for her, other than always hearing the same thing about who did her wrong and what somebody could have, should have did. If you get stuck on what somebody should have did, it will always leave you stuck, which is where she is. I will see in the interview, right? If you watch the interview, she did state that, people running off emotions. People running off emotions. And also she did make a remark in regards to like the people in the business being very, let's say what she said. I wrote it down. Okay, she said tender. She didn't realize everybody in our group was very tender. And she also made the remark about people being emotional. But it's her response is not all rooted in emotions going awry at this point, all because she's not getting what she wants. And it's bigger than just the pay. I think it's now we got to check our ego at this point. So I really want to leave on this note and just say, Monique has every right to feel how she feels. Taraji has every right to feel how she feels when it comes to the pay disparity. Viola Davis has every right, and Gabrielle Union. All of them have the right to feel how they feel and address it when it comes to the executives in the Hollywood scene to be better, do better. But the overall question remains, what are we going to do about it? How does this get fixed? We are way past awareness and bringing attention. What are either we going to do about it? What is Black Hollywood going to do about it? Are they going to come together and really get something done about it? How does this end? Period. How does this end? Because hopefully we don't go another 10 years and continue to talk about the shoulda, couldas and what somebody did to someone, and no resolution about the matter at hand, gets no attention, gets no resolve, and we back at square one. And the finish line is nowhere in sight. So with that being said, guys, check out my in-depth breakdown on my website at ebonyandco.com. Of course, all the links will be in the description below. Make sure you like the video, please subscribe, and make sure you follow me on all social media platforms for Ebony and Co. I appreciate you guys' time, as always. Bye. Oh, and I forgot. Share the video. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend and tell another friend to come over here and see about me.